BJ and Joe Ondo, and we welcome you to our YouTube page called Out and About on the Recumbents. This is our June 20th ride. We're calling it just another fun in the sun ride. Let's ride.
Okay. All right, good morning everybody. This is BJ and Joe Ondo from Out and About on the Recumbents. We've had 3 good days of weather. It's a bit cloudy this morning, but it looks like it's eventually going to go away. And we're on the Sinton Trail. This trail is a east-west trail. It'll take you all the way over to Garden of the Gods Road and 31st Street, which turns into the Foothills Trail. And that'll take you along 31st Street past the Garden of the Gods and City Park and over to the west side of Colorado Springs, Colorado, where we live. I'm just going to do short little segments today. I'm not going to try to do like a whole full-length video, just because you know, we do the same rides almost all the time because, well, we don't have any transportation to take the trikes anywhere. And to be totally honest, the highways going out of Colorado Springs are just really not safe. They have a high amount of volume. They have very little you know, very small emergency lanes, and on top of that, the highway department has gotten so bad with the what we call the rumble strips, those strips on the side of the road to wake up a driver that's falling asleep. They're so bad, and they put up some new ones down on 115, which used to be our favorite long distance ride. You know, that are 3 feet wide. Well, when you ride a recumbent trike, you have a almost 3 foot wide front end between the 2 tires. So, you know, so you're just beating yourself to death on those stupid rumble strips. Worst thing to happen to bicycle touring and recumbent trike touring ever. I mean to tell you, these things are terrible. They just be, because, you know, I guess it might be a little better if you had a full suspension trike, which we don't. Our trikes have rear suspension, basic rear suspension system, but they don't have front. Hey, Will. Good. Have a good one, guys.
You too.
Have a good day. Go ahead, Joe. I forgot it was Tuesday. That's okay. That was the Facebook group we belong to. That was Will. He's leading the Tuesday ride out of Angletech, our dealership here. We don't do much group riding, Joe and I, because, well, I'm slow, and have a hard time keeping up with the group because I don't have the assist. And Will's a very amazing guy because he, you know, Will's had a stroke, and yet Will could put me into the ground as far as, you know, covering miles and keeping a good pace, you know. He's, you know, it's just amazing how strong he is for somebody that's had a stroke. I haven't had a stroke, but I'm having kind of leg weakness problems. I don't know what the heck it is. It's really a bummer is what it is. Thank you. Have a good day. Yeah, this way we're headed west on the Sinton Trail. This is one of the most forestry trails that we have. Yeah, it has a lot of trees. So it's kind of a nice one. Pardon what looks like snow. The cottonwoods have been really strong this year, I guess because of the excessive rain. Like I said in my last video, we've had 7 inches of rain in June, you know, which is extraordinary because we're only supposed to, normally we have a ½ an inch of rain for the whole month. So that shows you how normal dry it is. Not this year. And that's where it looks like it's started to look like it was going to clear out. Now all of a sudden it's clouding back up again. So I don't know what's going on. As long as it don't rain, we don't mind the shade, that's for sure. Yesterday's ride got really hot, and by the time we got home, I think Joe and I had a touch of heat stroke. Nothing major. All it took was, you know, kicking back and resting and getting a cold drink, and pretty much took care of it. But yeah, like I said, this trail has more trees and vegetation, more shade cover than pretty much any trail except for maybe parts of the Pikes Peak Greenway heading towards Fountain down south. They do have they have quite a bit of shade there too, but it's just a mess. It's been taken over by the homeless, and some of the, you know, places where there's underpasses, you know, there's some, they've got them so clogged up with people and junk that it's really hard to get through. So we don't go that way very often. Usually the only time we go that way is if we want to go see Mom, because sadly it's the quickest, easiest, flattest way to get there and back. Yeah, it's a real shame because 15 years ago, the Pikes Peak Greenway from Fountain, Colorado, a town down south, up to Colorado Springs was gorgeous. I mean, it was pristine. It was so nice. Now it's just a mess. Morning. As you can see, there is some blue sky up there. I don't know if you can see the peak popping through here. Maybe we can stop here for just a second. Yeah, there you go. That's about the best view I think I can get, is right there. Yeah, she's still got a lot of snow on her. And that's really rare because usually by middle of June it's got no snow on it at all. So just shows you how much precipitation we had for the first 2 weeks and a little more of this month. The only bad thing is here it's, you know, it's almost July. You know, we really do wait for summer. Yeah. So when you get a season like, you get a summer like this where it's a rainy one, it's terrible because summer is so short. Boom, 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 it's gone. Because I don't care what that stupid calendar says. In Colorado Springs, and most of Colorado, I'm sure, you know, September 1st, you might as well call it fall. The leaves are already just starting to change, and we don't get that 23 days into September that are supposed to be summer. That's a joke. So this year, because it was rainy in May too. We had a lot of rain in May. Not as much as we have had in June. That's Douglas Creek there. Now a couple days ago that baby was going and flowing, man. Now it's almost dry. They call it Douglas Creek, but I don't think it's a real creek. I think it's just a drainage from that, you know, it was a drainage path, you know, a natural drainage path, and they just made it bigger. Okay, well, I'm going to shut you off for a little while and come back at you later. Have a really good day, man. BJ and Joe out. Okay, we stopped for lunch at a new Whataburger because we had a coupon. Pretty good burger. Price is about the same as everybody else's bigger burger. Okay, so we're back on the Sinton, but we're going the opposite way. Now we're heading east, and this way is pretty lovely because it's mostly downhill, which Joe and I like a lot. We like downhill. Passing on your left. Thank you. One more behind me. All right, say hi to SpongeBob. Oh yeah, you always got the hot rods. They got to go fast, fast, fast. Speed limit on this trail is 15. They'll probably be up to about 40 by the time they hit the bottom. Because we're probably going a little over that. You got to stay on the brakes to keep it at 15. As you can tell, the clouds are trying to go away. We have some sunshine now, so that's nice. Well, there's nothing wrong with the cool, though, that's for sure. It kind of amazes me how many dead serious roadies, as they call them, you know, the race style bike riders that you see on the urban trails. Now of course that was a little fat tired commuter bike there. Those are kind of cool. A lot of bluffs around here. Now over to my right, that used to be the Intel, you know, chip manufacturing company, but it went bust, quite a while ago, and used it, you know, because for a while there we had a severe shortage of semiconductor chips. Now it's the El Paso County Government Citizen Center, they call it. There's big old drainage ditch here. I guess that's technically part of the Douglas Creek drainage system. I'm not sure why you'd call a drainage system a creek, but I guess they just decided to call it. Expensive homes. Way too expensive for Joe and I, that's for sure. Yeah, so we're heading down here. We're going to be going through the tunnel, as we like to call it. It used to be a little tiny black hole, but they put pretty good lights in it now, so that made it a lot better. Passing. Thank you. Yeah, we'll be back down into the foresty part here real quick once we get through the tunnel. I gotta flip my sunshades up here. Otherwise it's too dark. Can't see where I'm going. Yeah, if you go up the cement there, that's Centennial Boulevard. We're going to go underneath Centennial. You have to slow down because you can't see in there. Okay, we're clear. Bunch of gnats. Okay, yeah, as you can tell, the lighting system is 1,000 times better, because I mean this thing used to be pitch black. You couldn't see the sides at all. Someday, hopefully they'll concrete all this. Sure would be nice, but the only problem is we got lots of trails and very little money. So who knows when that'll happen. Pretty bumpy right here, so I always take it pretty slow. I'll flip my sunshades down now. Yeah, I actually do have transitions in my glasses, but the new transition is nowhere near as dark as the old photo grays like Joe used to have. Those things were dark. So I got a pair of clip-on sunglasses to put over it. That made it really well. I can keep my eyes wide open now instead of squinting so much. Yeah, like I said, this is Sinton Trail. East-west trail. This is the old part. Most of our trails are like that. They're concrete for a while, and then they're old asphalt, and sometimes they'll turn to dirt on you, but not too often. At least the urban trails, you know, in the city. And some of them are mostly concrete, but a lot of them are just like this. They're a mix. And as the asphalt gets old, you know, the tree roots get in it, and so it can get pretty bumpy. Oh no, you're fine. Slow down a little there, Hot Rod. Yeah, you always have to be careful with these crossing intersections, because if they don't have a light, it's basically about a 50-50 chance that they're going to stop. Like for that first car, that was a waste of time. He was going so fast he couldn't have stopped anyway. Yeah, so we're back down into the forest. We have a little shade now and then, which is really nice. Sadly, most of our trails aren't like this. Most of our trails don't have any hardly trees at all. You get real jealous of some of those trails in the Midwest and back east that are, 80 miles long and they have tree cover for almost all of it, That would be wonderful. It would. It'd be awesome. Because even though we're in Colorado, we're not in the mountains, okay? Colorado Springs is on the prairie. It's pretty much the starting of the prairie, from the foothills to the prairie. But we're not really in the mountains at all. You have to go considerably west to get into the mountains. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me or not. My old GoPro here doesn't have an external hookup for my mic, so all I have is the internal, and it's on top of the camera, and the camera's on top of my head, or on top of my helmet, so it's quite a ways from my voice. And yeah, you do have to be careful, because when you get down here, there's some really gnarly tree roots where it's really buckled the asphalt. I mean, it'll throw you off the bike darn near. These, the trikes we have now are a little better because they have rear suspension, but our other trikes didn't. So, I mean, these things are just wicked. Man, you hit these things at speed, and I mean to tell you, it'll bounce you clear off your seat. Yeah, this is where it would be nice if they could concrete this, because, that'd crush down the roots. It won't be so gnarly. Because you got this section, and then you got one more section just before the overhead pipe over here. Got a dip under this pipe. Yeah. Ugh. I swear there was a bike behind Joe, but I don't see one. Yeah, and I was kind of hoping this trail that veers off to the right here, I was kind of hoping they'd at least asphalt it too, because it goes underneath Chestnut, which would be really good, but it's all rock, and I mean it's not gravel, it's rock. So we use the old part here that goes where you have to cross over Chestnut, which is not the world's best because it's a pretty busy street. It can be pretty busy. And it's the same thing here. There's signs that tell you that you're supposed to stop for people in the crosswalk, and most of the time they don't. That's I-25 up there, as you can see. I-25 north and south. We'll go down here and continue on Sinton. Said before, I always ring my bell when I'm going into a blind corner. That way it just lets people know, that somebody's coming, because other riders and walkers don't think about trikes, because like I said, the front end of our trikes are almost 3 feet wide, and they're used to a bicycle, which is only about a foot wide. Recumbent trikes coming up, stay tight. It's amazing, I've hardly ever ran into a bike coming up when I'm coming down, which, you know, the odds of that is pretty extraordinary if you think about it, because and up the hill there on my left is Sinton Pond, basically named after the we had a milk company here called Sinton Dairy for decades, probably 100+ years, and it finally folded up. But they built this pond, I guess it was just like a retention pond for something. And yeah, now we're going to be back out on the greenway. I don't know which way we're going. I gotta stop at the end and ask Joe. Passing on your left. Thank you, sir. Recumbent trikes coming up. Stay tight. One of the few places that the creek seems to have a lot of running water. The upper is bone dry, and yet there must be a little bit of a natural spring, little tiny one or something, that does this part of it. Yeah, it's way too early for that. Which way you want to go?
I went north yesterday.
Yeah, so let's go south today, I agree. We'll head down to America the Beautiful. That way we can use the facilities. Okay, well, we're now on the Pikes Peak Greenway, or the Monument Valley portion of the Monument Valley Trail portion of the Pikes Peak Greenway. So I'm going to shut you off, and we'll get back with you a little later in a different part of the ride. All right? Okay. BJ and Joe signing out. I know it's right there. I can't find that darn button. That button drives me crazy. Sorry for the cussing, but it drives me crazy. My other camera, I could find the button real easy, but on this one I can't. And it's a big button. I don't understand why I can't find it, but I can. There's only so much space here. Gotta be it right there. But I'm pushing and nothing's happening. I get an audio signal when this thing turns on and off. But yeah, I just can't get it. It's so weird. Man, I just don't understand it. Okay, well, yeah, the button's right there, but for some reason I can't get this silly thing to turn off. It's blinking at me. I don't know why it's doing that. That's strange. Oh, maybe that means it's recording. Probably. Alright, well, this is BJ and Joe Ondo from Out and About on the Recumbents. We're going to sign out for now, and we'll get back to you. Hey! Alright, well, I didn't get back to the camera, so I won't whatever we got on there is going to be our ride for the day. Got some nice little pieces though. And again, this is BJ, and there's Joe. We're doing our walk home. We basically our trikes are in a storage unit basically 1.2 miles away. So we not only do the ride, but we also do a 2.4 mile walk. So not bad for a couple of 68-year-old people. And but yeah, I just wanted to say thanks a lot for coming along. Definitely big kudos to our subscribers. We really do appreciate it. Seriously, it's cool that somebody's willing to spend a little time and check us out. If you're brand new to our site, welcome. We are out and about on recumbents, and that's pretty much what we do. Our recumbents are pretty much our life anymore, it seems like. But yeah, so just want to say again, thanks for coming along. Basically, if you like what you see, please push the thumbs up button. You know, if you got a problem, let us know. Push the thumbs down and just give us a little clue on what's going on. We'll see if we can fix it. Can't promise much. On our meager budget, we are pretty limited money-wise. So you figure this is the first GoPro I've ever bought, and it's a GoPro 3 Lite, so it shows you. But yeah, we're like I said, we're heading home, and you all just have a really good rest of your day and a really good weekend coming up. And hey, we will talk at you later. Till the next time, let's ride.
Ow.